What if I told you most dental practice owners think they're doing well, but have no idea if they actually are? You might be busy, you might feel profitable, you might feel like there's money in the account, but feelings are not financial strategy. And in dentistry, guessing about your numbers is one of the fastest ways to cap your growth, or worse, slowly lose profitability without realizing it. Today, I want to show you why guessing about your finances is dangerous and how simple clarity can completely change your practice. Here is what we see sometimes. A doctor says, I think we're profitable. Payroll feels a little high. Dental supplies seem expensive lately. I think we're around average. But when we actually look at the numbers, they don't know what percentage payroll really is, what their real EBITDA is, whether they're operating like a single practice or a group practice. They're running $1 million business based on gut instinct. And that's risky because dentistry is a margin business. Small percentage differences create huge dollar differences. If you haven't met, my name is DJ Bhola, and we specialize in bookkeeping and financial reporting for dental practices. We help practices get clean, updated monthly financials so ownership can make better business decisions. On this channel, we focus on clear numbers, better decisions, and higher profits for your dental practice. Now, let's talk real numbers. For group practices, average EBITDA is about 17%. For single practices, based on 2025 peer data, here's what we typically see as a percentage of income. Employee expenses are at about 31%, dental supplies are at about 5.58%, lab expenses are at about 5.86%, and so on and so forth. EBITDA is about 35.22%. Now, here's why guessing becomes dangerous. If you're a $1.5 million practice, every 1% equals $15,000. If payroll is 34% instead of 31%, that's 3% too high compared to the average. That is $45,000 gone. If dental supplies are 7% instead of 5.58%, that's another $21,000 difference. These aren't small leaks. They're full-blown margin killers. And most owners don't notice because they're looking at dollars, not percentages. Let's walk through a simple example. Dr. Smith owns a $1.2 million dental practice. He thinks he's doing great. There's money in the bank. Production looks strong. The team feels busy. But when we break down his numbers, employee expenses are 35% instead of 31% average. Dental supplies are at 6.8% instead of 5.58%. Advertising is at 4% instead of 2.5%. Individually, none of those seem catastrophic, but together, he's running about 6 to 7% more than the benchmark. On $1.2 million, that's roughly $72,000 to $84,000 less profit per year. He was doing fine, but he could do better if he was aware of these percentages. And here's the bigger issue. If he ever wants to sell or scale into a group model, buyers expect EBITDA closer to structured performance metrics or better. Remember, group practices average about 17% EBITDA. If your numbers aren't clean and optimized now, your valuation suffers later. Guessing doesn't just affect today, it affects long-term wealth. Here's why guessing happens. Let's be honest. Dentists are trained to diagnose patients, not profit and loss statements. Most practices don't receive clean monthly reports, don't review percentages consistently, don't compare against their peer benchmarks, don't know their true EBITDA monthly. So decisions get made emotionally. We feel busy, so let's hire. Collections were strong, so let's upgrade equipment. We had a good month, so payroll must be fine. But without percentages, you're flying blind. And when revenue fluctuates, which it always does, blind spots become dangerous. Here is what I will take away from this video. If you don't know your percentages, you don't know your business. You should know payroll as a percentage of collections. Target should be around 31% for single practice owners. Dental supplies should be around 5.5%. Lab should be between 5 to 6%. Advertising should be about 2.5%. And you should always know your true EBITDA. And if you're building a group practice, you should know whether you're trending towards that 17% EBITDA range or better. Not guessing, not estimating, not roughly. Knowing. Because clarity creates control. Control creates profit. Profit creates options. If this made you realize you might be operating on instinct instead of data, you're not alone. The good news is this is fixable. It starts with clean books, monthly reporting, and understanding your numbers as percentages, not just balance in the bank. Clear numbers, better decisions, and higher profits for your dental practice. And I will see you in the next one.